If you consistently over deliver, you shall eventually be overpaid. If you consistently over deliver, you shall eventually be overpaid. How many of you would like to be overpaid? So if you consistently over deliver, you'll eventually be overpaid. Your customers will want to buy from you because you went so far above and beyond. You exceeded their expectations of what they thought you would do to help them. When you do that consistently, they will just buy from you because you were so helpful and because you asked them to buy. Don't forget to do that part, right? So I used to, when you're walking home sites, explain the process of how the home site, I cannot emphasize this. Explain the process of how the home site reservation works. Explain refundable deposit. Explain how many days. Explain we do it so you can stop someone else from taking it. You know, for you, Natalia, it's like I have multiple other of my colleagues. There's numerous other people working with numerous other clients. I used to always say, you know, at any given time, I'm working with 5 to 10 different clients that are looking. And I'm just one of several of my colleagues. I don't say other salespeople. I'm
Hmm.
one of several of my colleagues who are also working with clients that are looking at our home sites. And each of them at any given time are working with 5 to 10 clients. I never know who else was looking at this home site recently because I'm not with those other people, right? So, what I would suggest to you is that you take advantage of our home site reservation option, which is where you can reserve the home site for, I think yours is what, 250 bucks or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
$250. You can reserve the home site for $250. That is a refundable deposit for 7 days. So for 7 days, it's a refundable deposit. Aaron is what by design, Ashley?
Repetitive. I thought you were asking
Repetitive by
Natalia.
design.
Repetitive, yes.
Aaron is repetitive by design. So I say to the customer, it's a refundable deposit for 7 days. So for 7 days, that deposit is refundable. I literally would say it like that. I wanted to make sure that they heard it numerous times that that deposit is refundable. And we don't cash the check during that 7 days. So you don't have to, worry about the funds like being there or that we're going to cash the check because we don't cash the check during that 7 days. I just said it twice again because I'm repetitive by design. I want to make sure because I've literally gone through this spiel and then they like don't reserve it. And later I ask them to reserve it like a month later when they're still kind of lurking around shopping and then they reserve it. And but the next time I meet with them and I say the spiel again, they go, "Oh, it's a refundable deposit? I didn't realize that." I'm like, I said it multiple times. I'm repetitive by design. Like, but sometimes people don't hear it the first time because they're processing a lot of information and they're thinking about, do I like this one better or that one better? And they don't always hear us the first time. So I'm like, it's a refundable deposit for 7 days, and we don't even cash the check during that 7 days. The whole reason we do that is, as I mentioned, I'm one of several of my colleagues that are working with anywhere from 5 to 10 people at any given time. I don't know who's looking at this home site. I don't know who looked at it last night and went home to think about it and might reserve it today while we're standing here. I don't know. So that's why it's a refundable deposit for you. And that's why we give you 7 days is to make sure you get all your questions answered before you move forward and do our purchase agreement. So
After
it's
7 days, they lose it, right? If they don't move forward.
after
I
seven
mean,
days, at any time during that 7 days, we can just rip up the check and move on if they decide they don't want to do that, or they can switch to a different home site. And I always make sure I explain to them this is all in your 5 easy steps listed as your bullet points, right? So I go, and you can switch home sites at any time. So, Mrs. Smith, if, you wanted home site 32 and Mr. Smith wanted home site 17 and you guys reserve home site 17, Mr. Smith, if you wake up tonight at 3 a.m. and someone has a pillow over your face smothering you, screaming about home site 32, call me tomorrow morning. We'll switch it. It's no big deal. We don't want you to be murdered in your sleep by your wife because you reserved the one you wanted and not the one she wanted. That's actually part of my spiel every time. Jordan, have you ever heard that joke before?
Yeah, several times.
So,
at least.
But people always laugh when you kind of do that, right? Make it fun. But it's like, so, you can switch anytime during that 7 days. And if you guys decide not to move forward, no big deal. I'll hand you the check back. You can go on your merry way. If you decide you want to move forward, then we just need to do that sometime in the next 7 days. That's how that works. But let's make sure we get all your questions answered before you do move forward. And the phrase is not go to contract, move forward. People don't like to go to contract, but they do like to move forward. Words are important. Words carry life. Words carry death. Words create the world we live in. So use the right words.
Jordan and I were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. So they do not get that, and we need to update our 5 steps here. But they don't get that 30 days anymore, correct?
They do not get 30 days.
Yeah, so we need to change that on our 5 steps here.
I agree. It is on that one. They have a big one.
Oh,
the principal version doesn't say 30 days.
Their wall does though.
The one on the wall does?
Yeah.
Can you see it from where you're sitting and it says that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll get that fixed this week for you.
Okay.
Let me rephrase that. I will tell John tomorrow to get that changed. And as soon as he can get it reprinted, we will have a new one.
Perfect.
So let me make note of that real
We
quick.
probably need to print a couple for, put one in Rogersville.
Wow. Jordan, I'm putting it on the agenda, but can you link the right one here?
I've printed off the right one. I found it. But it's definitely good to have all in one place here.
Yeah. Boom. Okay, we'll get her done this week. I'll share it with him and okay, good question. So yeah, I would just reiterate. I usually ask them a couple of times during that walking of the home sites. I'll ask them a couple of times to reserve it. I'll explain how it works right when we first start. We'll walk home sites. As I'm walking home sites, I'm looking for the excitement level of like, woohoo! Kind of like when Jordan goes clubbing, that kind of excitement level. I'm looking for that. And then when I'm, what's that?
Break that pill in half.
Yeah. So when I get that woohoo moment from them, then I'm like, okay, guys, so just to reiterate, here's how the home site reservation works. And I just say it again. I go, you guys want to reserve it?
It just makes it tricky to get out there. There's nobody sitting this model home when I'm gone. So I know John wants
would just say this. Schedule it for before or after. And right now, after doesn't work because it's dark, but before. Or, Saturday morning at 9 or something. You have to.
I actually have
go by there.
I have a question about that too. Like our model, the sign out front says that somebody's here 10 to 6, Wednesdays and Thursdays, but those are my days off and nobody's here. So then I get a lot of people that are asking me the same, like, oh, I stopped by, you weren't here. Is there do we need to change that? Or, we don't really have an extra person right now.
Yeah, that should be changed to you're saying it's posted on the model that way?
Yeah, the sign out in the front says 10 to 6, even on Wednesdays and Thursdays, but I'm not here and nobody else.
Are they calling you on those days?
No, and I mean, every once in a while I'll get one, and if I'm here, I'll run over, but there's been a few that I just haven't been able, I've met appointments or, things I haven't been able to make, but
Yeah, I mean, sure, we should change the sign.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just curious. It doesn't,
We
I mean,
should. Yeah, we should. Natalia, is anybody in your model on your days off?
No, and I didn't know that. That's why there was that one confusion when somebody was coming out here from Kansas City. They were here for one day, and I was like, well, of course, I'm sure somebody's going to be here. And then I checked with John. He's like, yeah, Justin doesn't cover you when you're gone. I was like, oh, great. So nobody's here when I'm gone.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I would just explain the home site reservation, then walk to home sites, then ask them to do it. And if they say no, explain it again because they must be confused. Did I mention, let me kind of go back through that. It is a refundable deposit for 7 days.
it is funny though,
So
because I feel like they don't hear it the first few times. And then
they
when
don't.
when it finally clicks, they're like, oh, here you go. And I'm like, I said it 57 times.
Yep. And then it's like, well, what do you have to, if they still don't want to do it, I go, well, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
That's my like, okay, well, what do you have to lose? And I just act like I'm completely confused as to why they wouldn't go ahead and reserve it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, usually it's about questions. And then so I reiterate, I mean, the whole reason we do it for 7 days is so we can go over all your questions and get them all answered. You won't commit to anything until after we've answered 100% of your questions. And so I just kind of ask more than once, right? Jordan, you made a desktop background for
Yeah,
Natalia.
we need to do it for her too. You see that she's just got that back there? It could just be a branded one like we did at Shaw.
Yeah, on your screen behind you
Yeah,
for your background.
that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. You got a link to it.
Yeah.
It should be, that monitor should be an extension of your computer as a second screen.
Jordan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we've had some ups and downs. I think I've got it figured out, but I don't have any price outs coming up, so it is unfortunate, but
Yeah,
huh?
but he said let's fix it before then though, and it's nice to not have like Braveheart on the screen behind you.
Yeah.
That was on when we first started the meeting. It was
Oh,
Braveheart.
was it?
Yeah.
I don't
It's
have
just-
I don't have like a Haven Homes one either. I don't have one.
I'll get you one.
Am I supposed to have one too?
Jordan's gonna make you one.
Okay.
We're gonna make you a Michigan Wolverines background. Just
No,
kidding.
Jordan, I don't think Jordan would do that, I'll be honest. He made a
Well,
comment about your background
did
earlier
make
when you were in
that.
the bathroom, so I don't think
He
Jordan would
would
do
if
it.
he would if I was carrying a sidearm right now. Just kidding.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
usually
y'all.
turn the computer or the TV on early, but this time I turned it on late, so by
No
the time
worries,
it
no
fell
worries.
asleep, yeah.
All right. Well, I am gonna run. I've got some other things to dive into. I appreciate you guys. I am thankful this Thanksgiving season for you ladies and Jordan as well, I guess. So thank you guys for being awesome. And if you need anything from me, the only day I'm not working this week is Thursday. So if you need something, just shoot me a text, holler. Don't get stuck not being able to get an answer. I'm available. Okay.
Just FYI, I'm out Friday for Timmy's birthday, so I won't be on huddle. Okay.
Cool. All right. Awesome.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy
See ya.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.